Party City has filed for bankruptcy for the second time in less than 2 years. In a statement, Party City says filing for bankruptcy would, quote, maximize value for its stakeholders and close in the most efficient manner. Saturday's filing comes just a day after Party Supply Store announced it was shutting down all of its stores and will be winding down operations immediately. Corporate employees were told Friday was their last day of employment. Stores will close on February 28th. Zillow is sharing its list of the most popular housing markets of 2024. Cities in the Northeast dominated for a second year in a row. Zillow's most popular city overall is Manchester, New Hampshire. Their most popular large city is Toledo, Ohio, for its affordability. Zillow's most popular small town is Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, just south of the capital. And their most popular coastal city is Milford, Connecticut. And the most popular vacation town, Portland, Maine. GoFundMe has released its annual giving report for 2024. The crowdfunding site said that people increasingly sought help for essential expenses like housing costs. That number quadrupled this year in the U.S. as inflation continues to trouble Americans. Prices for life essentials like electricity and groceries also remain high. GoFundMe said in 2024, communities raised nearly $235 million globally for relief and recovery efforts after natural disasters. In Ottawa, a man who was charged twice for checked bags on a recent flight is speaking out. He paid Air Canada and then had to pay United, which is a violation of federal rules. Erica Johnson reports on these excessive baggage fees and why customers keep getting overcharged.
Rob Eadson knew he'd need to bring a lot of stuff on a family trip to San Diego, traveling with his wife and young son.
It looks like we have bags included.
So he paid a higher fare to make sure all 3 Air Canada tickets included 1 bag per person. Their flights were what's called a code share, meaning one airline, in this case Air Canada, sells seats on a flight operated by another carrier, in this case United. But when they checked in, the United agent said Eadson had to ante up for all 3 bags again, even though he had proof he'd already paid.
He just told me that's an Air Canada receipt. It doesn't apply to United, and we would have to pay for bags.
Eadson filed a claim for compensation, but Air Canada refused to reimburse him.
For them to just say absolutely, stonewall you and say no is really disappointing.
It's also violating federal rules on baggage that say when passengers have a ticket to and from Canada that involves more than one airline, carriers must apply a single set of baggage rules.
It's a question of Air Canada dropping the ball in making sure United knows the conditions of the fare that the passenger was ticketed on for this United Airlines flight.
Air Canada could also be violating the Competition Act, says this UBC prof, selling tickets at one price, then customers get dinged with more fees.
If that information doesn't match their expectation, this constitutes potentially hidden pricing, false advertising, deceptive marketing. Those are all within the same vein.
Eadson says his family enjoyed their trip to San Diego, and after GoPublic contacted Air Canada, he got an unexpected refund from United.
Other Air Canada passengers have also reportedly been overcharged for baggage. Air Canada says its policy is to abide by all regulations, and those passengers were all charged in error.